तो ये one is in the above one is in the series and below one is in the parallel. So the difference between series and parallel is, in series the current, if I passes through this R1 resistance, then the same current I passes through the R2 resistance. While what is the here in parallel, the in series the current in through the both resistor is same, while in parallel the potential difference across both the resistor is same. So let's say here the potential of this point is A. I will make you understand what is the potential. So this will be also A because there is no resistor or cell in between, and here it is B, so this is also B. Okay, now what is the potential or potential difference? So water falls from the high height to low height because of the difference in height, and because of height you must have learned that the potential energy, because of if any object is at above, upper height, it has a potential energy that is called as gravitational potential energy. In the same way, the height in the gravity is the potential difference here, and because of the potential difference, the any charge has a potential difference, or any point has its own potential. So potential is just as height in the gravity. So see, whenever the resistor comes, means we are going means there is a difference of height between these 2 points, because there is a means whenever the resistor or cell is run, then there is a difference. While you can consider that if there is no resistor or no cell in between, then they are the simple means same horizontal plane. So these both are at the same horizontal plane, means they have the same height in the terms of gravity, means in terms of this electricity they have the same potential. So this A and A, as there is no resistor or cell, they have both same potential, and this also these 2 points, this and this, have same potential. So I am denoting this potential as B and this as A. So this also becomes A and this B. So potential difference across the resistance R1 and R2 becomes B minus A. So as the potential difference across both the resistance R1 and R2 is same, we will call them as in the, they are connected in the parallel. So A meter, see, in this the current will be I1 and this will be I2. Both won't be same. Both will be same only if the resistance is same, because the potential difference across them is same. And you will learn the Ohm's law, that is V is equal to IR. You have to remember V is equal to IR. So current across any resistance would be V by R. Now V across both of them is same because they are in parallel. So if they have same resistance, then only current will be same. If the resistance is different, then current will be also different. This is the condition with the parallel connection. While the condition with the series connection is, their current will be same, because this current I1 is entering here, then it has no chance to escape anywhere. This current is going through this wire, so it has to also move across the resistance R2. So in series the current remains same, and in parallel the potential difference same. While as we have to measure current, the same current which flows through the resistance R1 should also be flow in the A meter. So if I connect A meter here, let me draw you another diagram. The resistance R. I have to measure resistance. In your book it is the bulb given, bulb, fan, AC, all are resistor. You might be thinking the what exactly is the resistance. It is nothing other, it is just they are just your electrical appliance. And here is the cell or battery from which now I will also make you understand what is the use of this cell, what is the value of this cell. Okay, and here is the key. If I turn on the key, the current will be flow here, and here the ammeter is connected. If I have to measure the current, I will connect this ammeter only in series with this resistance and not like with here parallel. Why? Because I have told you that current remains same in series while current becomes different in the parallel. So I have to measure current, so it should be same in the ammeter as it is in the resistance. So obviously it is obvious that you have to connect the ammeter in the series with the resistance only. Okay, now there are some questions that is given in your book, uh, and we have to give an explanation. So first question is, you can read then, what does an electric circuit mean? Refer your book for this question. So electric circuit is a continuous and closed pathway across which an current will flow. So see, first of all, cell. I will also tell you cell is what is cell. So see, there should this main thing is, just like water flows across the height difference of potential energy, here also current charge flows across the difference of the electrostatic potential energy. And work, only work can be converted in, means one form of energy, or you can say one form of energy can get converted into the other form of energy while the whole energy remains constant. This is the law of conservation of energy. This is universal law. So to produce this electrostatic potential energy, What is the electrostatic potential energy? The energy which is present because of this potential difference and across which the charge will move, the work will be done on this charge. So this energy means, just like there is a gravitational potential energy when an object is taken from the ground to height h, you must be knowing that it acquires a potential energy equal to mg into h. So this energy, the particle acquired this potential energy because some work would have been done on it by some external force. So that energy get converted into this. So same way, this electric potential is produced. This current would only move if there is a potential difference between these 2 points. So this potential difference, to produce this potential energy, some sort of energy should be required, which will provide this potential energy. So that energy comes from this cell. Here there are chemical reaction occur, which releases chemical energy, and this chemical energy gets converted into the electrical energy. So this is how one energy gets converted into this other energy. Then this electrical energy can get converted into many of the energy. Like if you turn on the tube light or bulb, it will get converted into light energy. If you turn on the fan, means it is doing the motion, then it will get converted into mechanical energy. If you turn on this iron, then it will get converted into the heat energy. So this is how one form of energy gets converted into other energy. So this cell produces potential difference, and whenever the potential difference is present, then current will be always produced across the resistance. So what is an electric circuit? The question is, so electric circuit is a continuous and closed pathway across which the electric current will travel. Okay. Now let me tell you about the direction of current. So this was a very famous confusion, that before many 2-3 centuries it was believed that positive charge moves, and in the direction of the positive charge, see, this is A point, this is B point. Suppose the current is from A to B. So earlier it was believed that positive charge moves from A to B, and this produces current in the direction of A to B. But now what happened? Slowly, because of the research and tremendous efforts of the scientists, electrons, protons and neutrons, all these charged particles were discovered. And it was, first of all, I told you that protons is around 10,000 times heavier than electron. Then you only think which charged particle should move in the current, proton or electron? Electron. Why? Because it is very lighter and it is easier for it to move. So electron moves, and because of the movement of electrons only, there is a direction of current. But as it was followed through since century, the fact that the electric current is in the direction of positive charge doesn't change. It still remains the same. But the thing is, scientifically we got to know that electrons moves, and electrons in this case would have moved from B to A. And as electrons move from B to A, we can say the positive charge is moving from A to B. Actually, protons are not moving, but just it appears that as electrons are moving from B to A, it appears that positive charge is moving from A to B. And this is what we call that current is traveling from A to B direction. So this is very important fact you should know about the electric current. Okay. Now next question given here is the define the unit of current. I told you before only that unit of current is ampere or coulomb per second. SI unit is called as ampere. Now next thing is calculate the number of electrons constituting 1 coulomb of charge. Now you tell me, I told you that one electron have how much charge? 1.6, negative of 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb charge. So one electron constitutes very less charge. It is in the number of 10 raised to minus 19. Means in the denominator there will be 19 zeros, that much less charge. So 1 coulomb would contain how much electrons? So what we will do? We will cross multiply it. So 1 coulomb will contain how much electron? 1 upon 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19. And this value comes approximately 6 into 10 raised to 18 electrons. So if anyone asks you how many electrons are present in 1 coulomb charge, negative 1 coulomb charge, it will be 6 into 10 raised to 18 electrons. Same way, if anyone asks you how many protons will be present in 1 coulomb charge, exactly same answer. Why? Because the charge of electron and proton is same in the magnitude, just there is a difference of sign which are opposite. Now there is a yellow box given in your book, and in which last line it is that this fact is beyond the scope of book. So let me explain you it in the brief what it is. So it is that, see, let me give you an example.